Compost is a pile of green organic matter, like food, garden waste, or manure, that has been mixed with brown organic matter, such as leaves, straw, or wood chips. Over time, the compost pile decomposes or breaks down into soil. Billions of tiny creatures help with this breakdown, including worms and fungus, and bacteria. Compost is very rich in nutrients and can be used in gardens and fields to grow crops and to heal soil. There is a lot of water in food, and when food scraps are put into the landfill, the water from the food combines with all the other items in the landfill to create a toxic sludge called leachate. Leachate can leak into groundwater and get into our rivers and lakes, harming the creatures that live there and dirtying the water that we drink or swim in. When we compost our food scraps, instead of sending them to the landfill, we reduce both the amount of methane and leachate created, but also we conserve space in our limited landfills. In short, composting is much better for our planet. A closed food cycle is created by keeping food scraps out of the landfill. Food is grown, eaten, and then the food scraps are composted back into the soil to grow more food.
My family composts because number one, it cuts down on landfill waste. Number two, there's potting soil. We love to have flowers around, so it's great for that. Number three, we have a vegetable garden, and we've been using the same plot of land for about 10 to 15 years. It's a pretty large garden, so the nutrients haven't dried up because we practice composting, and year after year we churn out great vegetables.
I've been composting since I was probably about 8 years old. My mom used to compost for her garden, and I never really thought anything of it. But as I grew older, I realized that we waste a lot of material, a lot of organic matter that just goes into landfills that really doesn't benefit the environment at all. I realize now, working in a restaurant, that we waste a lot of material that just goes right back to landfills and just creates bulk trash. And now at Roots, now that we're composting, we've come to realize that over half of our trash can actually be returned back to farms or a garden.
I compost because I love to cook, and my love of cooking drew me to want to get closer to my food, and then I became a gardener. And my love of gardening then led me to want to get as close as I could to my own land to engage in this process in the most sustainable way possible.
And that's why we compost.
That's why I compost.
And that's why I compost.